Shalom Lachem, and as you know, today is the 45th day of the war, and we said Ma Hashem Mem Hey is 45 days, and on one side the situation looks very good, on the other side not so good. What I mean so good? Because the IDF, the IDF doing outstanding job. The infantry, the tanks, the Air Force, and not only in the Navy, is not that everybody doing good job, is the correlation, the coordination between all the units is unbelievable. So, we taking tunnels and all. Now the goal is to show to the world that this hospital, okay, the big hospital, is not really hospital, because under the hospital is the headquarters of the Hamas, and everything is under the hospital. Today we have enough pictures because the Israeli soldiers got in and they took pictures and they show. So what I'm trying to tell you, all the doctors on the top floor with the sick people, they have sick people. It is hospital on the top, but they coordinate, they cooperate with Hamas. They know it is down. So they're trying to play directly human being. But in my opinion, they are terrorists as well. So there is no different. But according to Geneva Agreement, we not allowed to do, to do some sort of destruction to the hospital. So step by step we went down, and not only we do not damage the sick people, we let them out. Not only we let them out, we give them medication, and especially for babies, and all different kind of things that they don't have in Gaza. So if the world will be objective, they will see that the IDF is the most ethical army in the world, without any exaggeration. So, but we're doing our job and they're doing our job. The sad thing is that every day we lose 2-3 soldiers. Every day. It's attrition world, so we have to be very patient. The good things about this is that all the Israeli soldiers said, the people in reserve, the married people, they have children, they said, we're not going back home until we defeat Hamas. They don't care. They said, we're going to defeat Hamas completely. So the motivation and the spirit is excellent. The unity in the army is excellent. Everybody is helping, somebody else. So, but now when we negotiate about, to bring back all the people who've been kidnapped, so they are liars, fake. Every day they have different deal, different this. We have to pray to Hashem. So I would like to share with you something I heard for one Mekubal today, big Mekubal. I heard from another rabbi on behalf of this Mekubal. He's a hidden tzaddik. I don't know even who he is. He said, if we do 2 things, million Jews will do it, Hashem will redeem them right away. What we have to do, what you do in the morning when you get up after Modani, right? You wash your hands, and after you wash your hands and this, what you do, you see brachot, nachon? Birkot HaShachar. He said, הנותן לשכבי בינה להבחין בין יום ולילה, כן, פוקח עברים. One of the brachot is matir asurim. Matir asurim, relieve prisoners. He said we have to do it and pause and meditate and think very deeply about what you say. Because usually when you do brachot, you say, Shakon yebidvaro, amotzi lachem min haaretz, borei pri adama. We do not think about the words. But you have to think, to say, Matir Asurim, Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech HaOlam, Matir Asurim. So when you do it with all your heart, million people. We have one more part. When you do the Shmona Esrei, the silent Amidah, if you remember, right after Magen Avraham, we said, Mechalkel, help me if you know it by heart. Mechalkel Hayim Behesed, Mehaye Metim, ברחמים, סומך נופלים, רופא חולים. What next?
סומך נופלים.
סומך נופלים, רופא חולים,
רופא חולים,
מתיר אסורים. מתיר אסורים. You release the prisoners. He said, when you do מכלכל חיים בחסד, before you do מתיר אסורים, again, the same ברכה like ברכות השחר, think and make כוונה and picture, close your eyes and look at your eyes when you see in darkness. When you close your eyes, see Yud Kei Vav Kei, the name of Hashem. And say, Matir Asurim. He said, I guarantee you, if million Jews will do it, Hashem will release them. So, Renee, you are in the picture. You are expert in this. Spread out the word. Everybody, men and women and children, make this. Remember, Birkot HaShachar, Matir Asurim, and Silent Amida, Mechalkel Hayim Behesed, Mechaye Metim Berachamim Rabim, Somech Nofelim Verofe Holim, Umatir Asurim. When he said Matir Asurim, praise, cry to Hashem, that He will release the prisoners, and Hashem will make. You know, the lady, there is one young lady that she was released 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago. Do you remember? You remember her name? Her name is Ori.
Oh, Ori.
Ori, she is a Sfaradia. She's a Sfaradic young Jewish, you know, she was in the army. But you know what their parents did instead of a demonstration and protest, you know, you know what they did? Every day her father took Avrechim to study Torah for her release. And they wrote Sefer Torah on her name. And when they do the journey of Sefer Torah, Achnasat Sefer Torah, they took the Sefer Torah from her room. From her room. Now, when they released her, it was big surprise for all Israel. Everybody was happy, everybody. And they asked the mother, you know what the mother said to the first sentence? Sheva, something like this. Toda Rabba Hashem. En od milvado. Didn't say Toda Rabba. She said Toda Rabba to IDF. She said Toda Rabba. First of all, Toda Rabba Hashem. En od milvado. But people are amazed. She has an uncle, very secular. And they said to him this, he was making like fun. He didn't believe it's going to work. He said, what if it will work? He said, it will work, I will be Shomer Shabbat. So the journalist asked him, are you going to be Shomer Shabbat? No, he said, it's scary, I have to be Shomer Shabbat. I mean, you know, it is true, there is Hashem. Hashem, he said, there is no way. Hashem. So we have to pray, and we study Torah now, Sheor Torah, first of all for the success of the Israeli soldier for IDF. Number two, to redeem all the people who've been kidnapped. Because remember, my dear friend, last 2-3 days ago, they found another girl and they killed her near the hospital in Gaza. So we don't know, they don't know, the Red Cross, these evil people, they trying to play neutral, they did not even talk to them, they didn't show us any video. They are alive. I don't know many. What if they're not alive? What if they killed many of them? Who knows? Who knows?
Nobody knows.
There are people, these people are evil beasts. And I'm telling you, this is Mamash Amalek, so we don't know. We don't expect them to behave. But now at least, you know, they care about themselves. If we will capture Sinwar and Hania and Dath, these three leaders, I'm telling you, all the prisoners will be released in 2 minutes. They don't care about Gaza. They care about themselves. That's all. Each one of them, by the way, is a multi-millionaire. How? What they working? Their business? All the money that Gaza Strip get, they take for themselves. So we don't deal with human beings. You have to know this. But Hashem is above all. Hashem took care of Hitler. He can take care of them as well. But we have to continue to pray and make brachot and make matir asurim. And Be'ezrat Hashem, soon, we will see that Amalek will be destroyed completely.
Amen.
Right now, remember, Gaza is a big country. So we are in control of the north of Gaza. North of Gaza is the main thing. All the Hamas headquarters is the north. They are doing, as I told you, very, very good job. Now they are in the hospital, but many of the terrorists run away to the south and pretend they are citizens. You know, say they to save themselves. So after this, probably they will go south to find all the terrorists. We promise every Hamas member must be killed. And we will do, Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll do it. We'll do it. We have Hashem has very good Shaliach. The Shaliach of Hashem is the IDF. And Malach Gabriel. Malach Gabriel will be there to help them. Okay.
Amen.
Now we'll go to the parasha, and because the parasha Yaakov Avinu is going to be the star of the parasha, and he is a Behir Sheba'avot. Yaakov Avinu, from all the three fathers, we say Am Israel. We don't say Am Avraham, Am Yitzhak. Israel is Yaakov. So we are on his name. Yaakov, Am Israel. So as I told you a few times, when we have the name of the parasha, people think that the name of the parasha is about the first word of the parasha or the second word. Like Bereshit is Bereshit bara Elokim, Noah, Hele Toldot Noah. But you have to know, the name of the parasha is the essence of the parasha. In addition, that it must be in the first or second pasuk, but is the essence. So Vayetze is, when you say Vayetze, in what is Vayetze? And he went out. When you say went out, usually it's location-wise. He went out from point A to point B. But today we will see, sometimes you're going out from A to B, not location-wise, situation-wise. Let's say you were happy and you're going to be unhappy, or the opposite. That situation. So we will see what happened with Yaakov. So the first pasuk, Vayetze Yaakov mi Be'er Sheva vayelech Harana. Yaakov left Be'er Sheva and he went to Haran. ויפגע במקום, וילן שם כבעה השמש, ויקח מאבני המקום וישם מרעשותיו. You know, ויפגע, it means hit the place, but we know according to the biblical language, is prayed, he prayed. You know which tefillah he prayed?
Arvit.
Arvit, very good. This is the source for Arvit. You know what? Who made Shahrit? Abraham. Who made Minha?
Yitzhak.
Do you see on the name Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov the remez for the three prayer? What is the second letter of Abraham? Bet. And what Abraham did? Shahrit. When you pray Shahrit, in the morning, noon, or afternoon? Boker. So Bet of Abraham is Boker. What the second letter of Yitzhak?
Yud.
No, the second letter. Sadik. When you pray Minhan, noon time. I would say noon. Tzohorayim. Now what the second letter of Yaakov? Ayin. What is, how do you say evening? Erev. You see, Boker, Tzohorayim, Erev. So Abraham fixed Shahrit, Yitzhak Minha, and Yaakov Arvit. Vayalen Sham, and he slept over there, and he took the stones to make it under the head, because he likes to sleep with pillows. Vayishkav b'makom hahu. And then he had the famous dream. Vayachalom v'hineh sulam mutzav arza. There is a ladder, sulam. V'rosho magea shamayma. The ground of the sulam, I say sulam is ladder, remember. The ground, the feet of the sulam is on the ground, and the top of the sulam is touched the heaven. And what he sees on the sulam, angels of God going up and down. Here I would like to show you another advantage of Yaakov. You know, Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, each one of them symbolize something. Abraham is mountain. Yitzhak is a field. Yaakov is bait, home, house. Yaakov is Abraham mountain, he went to the Mount Moriah, nachon? Yitzhak was in the field, he was mushavnik, nachon? He was in the field. He was planting trees and seeds. And Yaakov always studying Torah. He's in the Bet Midrash, Bayit. So what I'm trying to tell you, when Abraham is on the top of the mountain, so his tefillah is going up, down, or down, up?
Up,
Up, down.
down, up.
He is on top of the mountain. Now Yitzhak is planting seeds. So his tefillah is up and down or down, up?
Down, up.
Down, up. Tell me about Yaakov.
Down, up.
Down, up, huh? Why, Malka?
But our tefillot go to the Shamayim.
But I showed you why Abraham up, down, because his mountain. Yitzhak is on the ground, is down, up. But what Yaakov? Tell me, what the angels did on the Sulam?
Going down and up.
As up, down, or down, up? Both.
Oh,
Yaakov is combination of Abraham and Yitzhak. Abraham up, down, Yitzhak down, up, and Yaakov is, they say he is 3Ds. He is, up and down, down and up. That's why Yaakov has a lot of advantages. He is Tiferet. He is Hesed plus Gvura. He is Hesed plus Gvura. Is Abraham plus Yitzhak is equal Yaakov. By the way, just halacha. Do you know which meal is very important on Shabbat?
סעודה שלישית.
Why סעודה שלישית?
Because already this
What?
is something that you do specially, you already eat. And you're forced to eat again.
Oh, first of all, I wanted to know all the 3 meals are very important. Why we said that he said Soda Shlishit? Because Soda Shlishit, you're not hungry. You're not hungry, and then he said, I don't care, I skip meal, I'm on diet. No. Don't skip. It's a mitzvah. If you are makpid on 3 meals, you know what it protect you? From Milchemet Gog uMagog. From the Gog uMagog war. But I have surprise for you. You know what is the Makaba Patish? What is really, I not say more important, there is one more meal. Melave Malka. When you do Melave Malka? On Motzei Shabbat, it's called Seudat Livui Malka. And why this is even more important, because Motzei Shabbat, of course you're not hungry after Seudah Shlishit. But Ben Ishai said, first of all, when you do Seudat Melave Malka, you declare that Seudah Shlishit is not a dinner, it's Seudah. If you do not eat Melave Malka, Seudah Shlishit could be a dinner. So it's not dinner, it's Seudah Shlishit. And now he said Melave Malka. Do you know the food? If you worry about diet, listen, don't worry about your diet. You know where is the food going in your body?
To the bone behind the neck.
Yes, Martha. What's the name of this bone?
Lose.
Luz. Very good. Luz. Etzem luz. And why this etzem, this bone is very important?
Because when Mashiach comes, we will be alive again.
מחיי המתים.
בדיוק, not the Mashiach, after the Mashiach. When Mashiach comes, you're talking about Hiyat HaMetim, revival of the dead. So how Hashem revived the dead? There is a bone that called Etzem Aluz. The Etzem Aluz is the DNA. Everything is in. You try to put the bone in fire, will not be consumed. You take a knife, electric knife, try to cut it, it will not be cut. It's something nobody can touch it. So the food of Motzei Shabbat is coming to Etzem Aluz. And you know what the name, how we say ladder in Hebrew?
How to say what?
Ladder. The ladder. Sulam. Remember the word Sulam. I tell you why. Now, what is so special about Sulam? You know Sulam, what is Gematria? Gematria money. Mammon. Now, who is rich, who is poor? Who make you rich and make you poor? Hashem. How much time Hashem needs to make poor rich and rich poor?
No time.
A moment.
1 second. Less than a second. You know what? Why the ladder, the sulam, is to symbolize this? You know, you have how you climb on the sulam. You have stages, right?
Yes.
If you want to take the top one to the bottom and the bottom to the top, what you have to do?
One step at a time.
Yeah, but if you want to take the top one and make it the bottom one, and take the bottom, make it top one.
Turn it around.
That's it. Turn it around. That's all. All what Hashem is doing is then take the money from packet and remove it to another pocket. You know how they say money in the time of the Talmud? I'll give you remez. Had Gadia, Had Gadia. How much the Gadi in Pesach? How much he paid for the Gadia? Tre zuze, zuzim. Zuze, tre zuze, zuzim. You know what is lazuz in Hebrew? Lazuz is to move, be transfer. You know why they call it lazuz? Because Hashem transferred the money from pocket to another pocket. So he said the sulam is not gematria. Gematria is mammon, is kesef, because Hashem makes the rich rich and the poor poor. But if he won't switch, and believe me, many rich people changed to be poor, and many poor people became to be rich, because Hashem is his own plan. You know, and that's why he said, now, how we go to the feast, we know, when you take the Seudat Lave Malka, when you're not hungry, and you make it for the mitzvah, so the meal is touch the shamayim or touch the ground? Shamayim. If you do not care about the meal, you put it on the ground. So it's like the ladder. The feet of the ladder, the sulam, is on the ground. But the top of the sulam is in the shamayim. If you take the meal, Seudat Lave Malka, and really, you know, elevate the meal and make it L'Shem Mitzvah, you really elevate the universe. You elevate the godly. Everything you elevate up to the shamayim. You know what is the abbreviation of the word sulam? Nobody remember. So I remind you. Sulam, how you spell sulam? Samech, Lamed, Mem. Samech, how do you say meal, feast? Seudah. What is Lamed Mem? Livui Malka. The word sulam, Seudat Livui Malka. Okay? Seudat Livui Malka. So you can put it as a sulam. You can put it on the ground and you can put it in the shamayim. It's up to us. But remember that he said that another Rabbanim, the Hazal said that the three wars, really, all the Milchemet Gog and Magog before the Mashiach will come, he is protected by the 3 meals plus Mlave Malka. All the meals are mitzvah. By the way, you don't have to make a motzi. You don't have to make a motzi. Even light meal. You know? So Hashem said to him, Asher ata shochev alea, the ground that you sleep on it is for you and your offspring. Vayazar afar haaretz, your offspring will be like the dust of the earth. Ufaratzta yama v'kedma tzafona v'negba, is spread all over, north, south, east, west. V'nivrechu becha kol mishpechot ha'adama. All the goyim will try to be blessed by you and by your children. And don't worry about war. I will be with you. Ushmarticha, I will guard you, I'll protect you. Bechol asher terech, wherever you go. V'ashivoticha, even you go to Panama. You know what happened to Panama people? Listen to the next sentence. V'ashivoticha el adama azot, I will return you to this land. All the Jews will come back to Israel. Ki lo ezovcha, I will not leave you, never. Until I will fulfill my promise to you. So this is a bracha that Hashem gave to Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. So because if the Goyim will say now today, the land doesn't belong to you, nonsense. Because the Bible, the Tanakh, everybody knows. The Christian has the Tanakh. Even the Quran, the Islam world, they have it in their Quran that Israel belonged to the Jews. So nobody can say something else. Now Rashi is coming to ask. Why is coming to ask? I would like, before I tell you, I'd like to go to the end of Parashat Toldot, last week. Okay? I'm going backward. Vatomer Rivka el Yitzhak. Rivka said to Yitzhak, you don't see many times that Rivka is talking to Yitzhak. Very few times. Maybe one or two times. Katzti b'chayai mipnei bnot Het. You know who are the girls of Het? This is the girls that Esav is got married to. Im lokech, she sees for 23 years, she sees their behavior. She sees how they live, how they're worshipping idols. He said, I'm sick of them. If Yaakov will pick up from the daughter of Esav, from the daughter of Het, I have no reason to be alive. Katzti, I'm sick of them. You must do something. So what you do? No shidduch from the girls of Het. So where she said, Vayikra Yitzhak el Yaakov. Yitzhak is listening to Rivka. And he called Yaakov, Vayvarach oto, Vayitzaveu. Remember he got last week bracha? But what was the main bracha that Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov wanted to get? What? Birkat haaretz, Eretz Israel, and the Zera, and offspring. When he was in Purim, custom Purim, he said, Ani Esav, that's not the bracha of Abraham. That's the bracha for the dues, for the ground to be rich, etc., etc. But here Yitzhak, 100% is Yaakov, without any custom on his face. Vaytzaveu, Vayomer. Now he commended him, not asked him, commended him. Vayomer lo, lo tikach isha mibnot Knaan. You're not going to marry a Knaanit. Kum lech, get up and go. Padan Aram. You know who lives in Padan Aram? Lavan. What a tzaddik. Tell me the truth. Who said Lavan?
Me, Rosie.
Rosie, let me ask you a question. Be honest with me. Naval, Lavan, he was the worst corrupted man in the world. He was a big liar, big worshipping idols, and everything negative was Lavan. Now, would you tell your son to go to marry to the daughter of Lavan?
No.
So what Yitzhak and Rivka is telling them? Go to Lavan, and you get married to his family. And Betuel was a tzaddik, the father, worse than his son.
No.
All of them worshipping idols. So the question is, how Yitzhak and Rivka, they said, okay, Het, we know the Knaaniyot not good. The Bnot Het not good. But Lavan is good? Lavan is worse than anybody else. Omer, vekach lecha misham isha. He said, take your wife from Bnot Lavan, from the daughters of Lavan. We know, Ahi Mecha, the brother of your mother. Like we don't know he is an uncle. He said, clear, you take, and everybody know, Lavan and Rivka are brother and sister. You agree with me?
Yes.
How many sons Rivka has? Two. How many daughters Lavan has? Two. Now everybody knows, if you look at Google, everybody knows Gadol Ligdola, Katan Liktana. What does that mean? The oldest one to the oldest one, the youngest one to the youngest one. Who is the oldest of Lavan?
Leah.
Leah is for Esav. Who is the youngest one?
Rahel.
Rachel is for Yaakov. Everybody knew. It's well known in the world that Shiduch was very clear. And now he said to him, Ve'el Shaddai yivarech otcha. Hashem will bless you. Ve'yafrecha. Look how many times he blessed him. That was in Toldot, not in Vayetze last week. Yitzhak, what I read 2 minutes ago, it was Hashem blessed Yaakov. Now Yitzhak is blessing Yaakov in Parashat Toldot. Ve'yitel lecha et birkat Avraham. Hashem will give you the bracha of Avraham. What bracha of Avraham? Lecha ulzaracha, the offspring, and the land of Eretz Israel. He said that's really clear for Yaakov. So nobody from the goyim, some goyim said, you cheated. You got the bracha by cheating. First of all, it's not by cheating. Number two, Eretz Israel is not what when he was said Ani Esav. Here in the end of Parashat Toldot, Yaakov was Yaakov, and he said you will get Eretz Israel and you get Zera, offspring. Now look what in Pasuk Vav. Vayar Esav, what is Vayar? And he saw. Ki berach od bracha. Not only last week he got ויתן לך אלוקים מטל השמיים, ברך יצחק את יעקב. ושילח אותו פדן הארם, לקחת לו משם אישה. That he sent Yaakov to Padan Aram to get a shiduch, to get a wife. בברכו אותו, ויצב עליו לאמור, לא תיקח אישה מבנות כנען. Do not marry. So what Esav immediately understand? He wants bracha. He said, oh my gosh, my father doesn't like what I did. וישמע יעקב אל אביו ואל אמו וילך פדן הארם. And Yaakov listened to his father and his mother. וילך פדן הארם. And he went to Padan Aram. Padan Aram is Haran. כן? Where Rivka is there. So he did listen? Yes. Did he go? Yes. Now, look what happened to Esav. Vayar Esav. Look at Vav. What the first word of Pasuk Vav? The first word of Pasuk Vav. Vayar. נכון? What is the first word in Pasuk Het?
גם ו', וירא.
Vayar. Vayar, Vayar. I said, why twice? תכף, in 2 minutes, Rashi will answer to us. וירא עשיו כי רעות בנות כנען בעיני יצחק אביו. Again, he saw. So what he did, he said, I would like to make mitzvah that my father will be happy. But it's not my father will be happy. He wants bracha. Every time Yaakov get the brachot, he doesn't get any bracha. וילך עשיו אל ישמעאל, ויקח את מחלת בת ישמעאל בן אברהם, אחות נוויות, נשב לו לאישה. So what he did, he went to Ishmael and he got married to Mahalat. You know what is Mahalat? The daughter of Ishmael. He said, maybe now my father will be happy. He said, I'm asking you, his father is going to be happy?
No,
Why?
because Ishmael also...
How do you know that Ishmael is not good?
Because Sarah sent him.
What? Because what?
Sarah sent him away.
But how do you know? Prove it to me that Yitzhak doesn't like the daughter of Ishmael.
Abraham told him like to go the other way.
What do you mean the other way? Well, if Yitzhak like Ishmael, if Yitzhak like Ishmael, the daughter of Ishmael, what he would say to Yaakov to marry to whom?
The daughter of Ishmael.
Daughter of Ishmael. If he said go over there, he doesn't like Ishmael as well. So, my dear friend, the $1 million question. Why Esav married the daughter of Ishmael? If you want to make your father happy, and you know that he is not happy with Ishmael, so why, Ribono Shel Olam, you married to the daughter of Ishmael? And it's clear in the Pasuk that he want to find favor in the eyes of Yitzhak. Is the question clear?
Because he was not Hittite.
What?
He said, do not marry. Because he told Yaakov that he should not marry the daughters of Hittite. And Ishmael, the daughter, was not Hittite.
No, but that doesn't answer why. But you agree with me that Yitzhak doesn't like Ishmael. Nachon? If you like Ishmael, he will not send his son to Padan Aram. He has a beautiful girl over here. Mahalat was a beautiful woman. So what? Why not? If he did not say to marry to the daughter of Ishmael, that means Yitzhak doesn't like them. So what? And Esau was a Rasha, but he was not stupid. So he was very smart man. If you are a smart man and not stupid, why? And you want to find favor in the eyes of your father, why you take Mahalat, the daughter of Ishmael? Okay, leave the question. That's $1 million question. Okay. So
it's the cousin of Yitzhak, Ishmael.
no, don't try to guess. I tell you why. Because we will waste time. I don't want you to think that I guessed. I'll find for you the Zohar Kadosh. The answer is in the Zohar. Okay, but people just going now. So let's conclude. In the end of Parashat Toldot, Yitzhak said to Yaakov to go to where? Padan Aram. Did he go? Yes, Vayelech Padan Aram, nachon? Now he's going to Esav, the end of the parasha. Esav getting married to Mahalat bat Ishmael. because, because his father doesn't like the daughters of Het. That's all. That's the end of the parasha. But we know, Nachon, now we know that Yaakov left already. Okay? Now we're going to this one parasha. Vayetze, look what the last line. Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheba, vayelech Harana. What is Harana? Padan Aram, Nachon? You didn't tell me 2 minutes ago that he left already? You know what Rashi asked? How many words are extra in this pasuk?
Vayetze.
Why Vayetze? Vayetze, he left.
Six words.
All the words.
But how many words are extra?
6.
All the whole pasuk? You mean the whole pasuk is extra?
Yes,
Why?
because it already said.
That's it. So Rashi said, wait a minute, you just in pasuk Zayin. Look at pasuk Zayin. Vayishma Yaakov el aviv el imo vayelech padan aram. Now in pasuk Yud, you say Vayetze Yaakov Beersheba vayelech Harana. You told me already. So the Rashi has 2 questions. Okay? Question number 1, why you repeat the fact that you just told me not 2 years ago, 2 minutes ago, that he left? Okay? Question number 2, okay, let's say we need the pasuk. Okay? If you left Panama and you went to New York, okay? Malka took off and she flew from Panama to New York. And what should I say to say words? Malka flew from Panama to New York, or she arrived to New York? She flew to New York. If it's enough to say flew to New York, and I need she flew from Panama to New York.
Enough flew to New York.
If I said New York, she's in Panama? No. If I said she is in New York, she arrived to New York, she went to New York, it's obvious she left Panama. So now the question number 2 of Rashi, he said if he went to Haran, of course he left Beersheba. Why I need Beersheba? Is it clear? 2 questions.
Yes.
Again, what question number 1?
Why did he marry with the daughter of Ishmael?
That's the $1 million question. Let's leave it, okay? That's for later on. But you want $1 million, I know. But he said, Vayetze Yaakov on the pasuk. 2 questions on the pasuk. Vayetze Yaakov Beersheba vayelech Harana. What question number 1?
The twice Vayan.
What? No, but what's extra in this pasuk?
Why they repeat Vayelech?
The whole pasuk is extra.
Yes.
That's question number 1. Number 2, if you want to give me a fact that he went to Haran, why I need Beersheba? Vayelech Harana. It said Vayelech Yaakov Harana. It's enough. If it says Vayelech Yaakov Harana, it is obvious that he left Beersheba. Of course, he cannot be in Haran and Beersheba. Only Hashem can be in 2 places together, but not human being. This is the 2 questions. The question, Martha, you said, keep it, because this is the main question of our shiur. Why Esav took the daughter of Ishmael? And I add to you that he was not stupid. He was Rasha, but not stupid. So he knows what he's doing. Now Rashi, another question asked, he said that he had, if your father, if Yitzhak doesn't like, the wives of Esav, what he has to do? Now he got married to the daughter of Ishmael. So that means they are evil women. What Yitzhak wants Esav to do, if you want to be really tzaddik, and you want to find favor in your eyes, the eyes of your father, what he should do with the wife? What?
To divorce the first one. To divorce.
Divorce.
The first one.
But it says al nashav. Well, you know what is al? In addition to his wives. He did not divorce them. The wife, the daughter of Ishmael, is a wife number 3. So that's addition. And you know what he did? He says beautiful sentence of Rashi. Let's see if you can translate. Line 7. Hosif Rish'a al Rish'ato. You know what is Hosif Rish'a Rish'ato? It's a beautiful, it rhymes. It's Hosif Rish'a. You know what is the concept? To add, I would say, fuel to the fire.
Yes.
You know this expression?
Yes.
pile on, to add fuel to say, what? You taking now the daughter of Ishmael that she is evil also anyway. And not only this, you did not divorce the first wife. So what's going on in Esau? Esau, what are you doing? Your father is happy now? Now tell me, you are a woman, but you have to be very honest with me. Woman is good for the husband or not good? Good for the world or not good?
Of course, it's good.
Yes.
Or
You're not objective.
Depends.
Ah!
Depends of the
Depends what?
good. It is good. It is
Oh!
good, no.
But you know, you have to understand the power of the woman is not like men. The woman has a power to bring her husband to Gan Eden. And she has a power to put her husband in Gehinom. You know, Gehinom is shortcut. You know, if somebody has an evil woman, he will have Gan Eden for sure. You know why? Because he got Gehinom in Olam Hazeh. But said there is a pasuk. בחוכמת נשים בנתה ביתה איוולת בידה תרסנה. The woman could be very wise and built up a family, and that's עקרת בית, the main thing in the house, but woman can destroy house. I know many women like this, and I know many women like this. I know women that they really, because of her, the whole house is kosher, the whole house is pure, the whole house is kadosh. And I know women the opposite, didn't like Shabbat, she didn't like mitzvot, she didn't like this. It's amazing. By the way, I have to tell you a story from the war. You know, there is one woman, just yesterday I saw it on TV, unbelievable. They told, I don't have time to tell you this story, maybe if we have time at the end. But she was in the mamad. Remember what is mamad? The shelter in the house. She was with her daughter and her son-in-law and dog or whatever it is they were. The husband, the son was holding the handle. For 12 hours, the terrorists will not be able to open. 12 hours, he's lifting up the handle to the top. I don't know if you can imagine. And they know they're going to die. They hear the terrorist in the house. The terrorist in the house. He said, so everybody did something, and the woman is pregnant.
Wow.
And the woman is pregnant, and this man, the mother-in-law, what she's doing in Be'eri, Kibbutz Be'eri, is very secular. Say Tehillim.
Wow.
She said Tehillim. Every mizmor she knew, she said Tehillim. This woman happened, probably she's a very spiritual woman. In spite of the fact that she's in Kibbutz Be'eri, she's the one that helped to build up Bet Knesset in Kibbutz Be'eri. She was very, very, very much to have some spiritual life inside the kibbutz. And it's not so easy, kibbutz not religious, to put Bet Knesset. But they did, they have Bet Knesset in Kibbutz Be'eri. And you know what the first thing she did? The story of how they became, by the way, by the end, the two brothers, religious brothers, not from the army, saved them. It's amazing. Many, I will send you the clip. You hear the story, it's unbelievable. These two brothers, one of them got killed by, Allah Rahamo. But they saved them, and the mother, the young mother, delivered a baby, and she said, please, who saved our life? Who saved our life? So the journalist on TV, when they interviewed the brother as a hero, he said, I don't know who they are, I know where they are. He said, we have surprise for you. And they brought the mother, and said, and then they hug each other and they kiss. He said, you saw her life. And she saw with the baby and she held the baby. Amazing story. But the mother that she said to him, she said, we have to dedicate the Bet Knesset. The first thing in Be'eri, after they burned out, and now not only to rededicate, to write Sefer Torah. Now she gave as privilege to everybody to write a letter. But they said, because you initiate the project, you will have the zchut to write the first word of the Torah. You know which word is the first word?
Bereshit.
How you spell Bereshit?
Bet Reish Shin.
Very. Wow.
Bet Resh Aleph Yud. Be'eri, what left? Wait, Malka. You are on the chair? Sit strong on your chair. Otherwise, put the seat belt. What if you say Be'eri, what letter left?
Shin.
Shin Taf.
Taf.
You know what is Shin Taf? Simchat Torah. Be'eri, Simchat Torah. Could you imagine? This is a real story, not legend. הכל מהשם, because אני אומר, people say, and she's not, how we come say Tehillim, and this woman, you know, she rededicated the Bet Knesset, she brought Sefer Torah. She must be a righteous woman. She must be this woman. Because of the Tehillim, there is no doubt, because of the Tehillim, they've been protected. Because many people been massacred in the Mamad. And they've been saved. So, how much we have to count on Hashem? Matir Asurim. So, remember I asked the question why twice Vayera, Vayar? Why Vayar, Vayar? So, Vayar, how you translate the word Vayar to English? Eniso. Nachon. So, why twice Eniso? So, I'll give you an example from Abraham. Remember that in Parashat Vayera, look at that Pasuk Aleph. Vayera elav Hashem, and Hashem appeared to him. Nachon? And that is an opening of the tent. And then Pasuk Bet. Vayisa enav, he lifted up his eyes. Vayar. What is Vayar? And he saw. What he saw? V'hinei shlosha anashim nitzavim alav. He saw 3 men. Do you remember the story? What is the next word in yellow?
Vayara.
Vayar. What would you ask? Why twice? Just like in Esav. But you know, in English it's coming out good, not in Hebrew. You know, when you say, how do you say, ani ro'eh. Ani ro'eh. How you translate this to English?
I see.
When you say I see, what does that mean? Two meaning. I see.
I understand.
That's what I said. So Rashi said, you know, the first one is he saw the men. The second one, Vayar, and he understood who are the 3 men. So Rashi, Esav, the first one he saw what his father doing. And the second one he understood that he has to marry to another woman. That's he said. So we see, sometimes you see the same word, but 2 different meaning. Vayar is he saw, and Vayar he understood. 2 meaning. Okay, we're going ahead, forward. Now, remember the first question of Rashi? Rashi said, why they need the whole pasuk? Nachon? Now, do you remember the story of Yosef? What the people did with Yosef when he took him out of the pit? What they did with him?
They sold him.
They sold him to whom?
To the caravan.
Here, look, pasuk lamed vav. V'amedanim machru oto el Mitzrayim. The Medanim bought him from the brothers, and they sold him to Egypt, to Potiphar. Nachon? What you want to do to see? Let's say it's a movie. What you want to see the next picture? What happened to Yosef in Egypt? Nachon? The whole perek after this perek lamed hey, you see all this perek is the story of Yehuda and Tamar. Different subject, completely. You know, if I give you shiur, Nachon, sometimes I said next week we continue the shiur. I divided the shiur to 2 parts. What I do in the beginning of the second time?
A summary of the last.
Oh,
Yes.
I remind you what we did the last time. Nachon? We said previous chapter. And the previous chapter, the previous shiur, we did this and this. Nachon? So now when you see here Egypt, Yosef is in Egypt. And now Yehuda and Tamar, you know what it said the next? Yosef orad Misraima. But you told us he's in Egypt. No. I just give you the summary, the short. The summary, the previous story to remind you where we stopped. We stopped in Mitzrayim. We went to Yehuda and Tamar. Now we're going back to Yosef. So I remind you. You know why we said Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheba? Can you tell me now? Give me the answer. Why you repeat? We just told you 2 minutes ago that he went to Padan Aram. Why again? What we have between?
Esav got married.
That Esav got married, so it's another story. So now we're going to Parashat Vayetze. So what the Torah is telling us, I would like to remind you where we stopped. We're allowed to review. This is a review. We're allowed, I'm going to give you the review that Yaakov went to Haran, to Padan Aram. Now, I told you the woman, I would like to show you the power of the woman. By the way, Adam Arishon, where the first place Hashem took him? To Tel Aviv, Yerushalayim, where? You know where? The best place in the world. In Gan Eden. The garden, Gan Eden. Now, if you see Gan Eden, did you ever take a tour, beautiful nature? Did you see? I'm sure you did. When I was younger, and I was, I remember in Indiana, I was there. Every vacation we took tour. And I saw many beautiful views in America. One of the most amazing things I see the Niagara Falls. Okay? When you see something like this, when you see something, beautiful, what you do, what you say? Wow, what a beautiful view. Now, I would like to tell you now about something about Esav. Vayar Esav, ki ra'ot bnot Knaan, vayelech Esav el Ishmael. Remember, he went to Ishmael and he got married. Achshav now, Esav, his intention is good or not good? Intention. Intention is good. Now you see, I ask you why I'm saying, we said, but now, you know what the name of his wives? One, her name is Mahalat, and one, her name is Bosmat. So, he said, look, you will be in shock now if you don't know this midrash. Line 25. Natan da'ato litgayer. He wanted to make tshuva. Litgayer is to convert, but here Esav is a Jew. He doesn't have to convert, he just has to make tshuva. Natan da'ato. Why Mahalat? Her name is Mahalat, shemahal. What is Mehila? Mahul. סליחה, שמחל לו הקדוש ברוך הוא על כל עוונותיו, Hashem forgive him. Bosmat, you know what is besamim?
Yes.
Besamim, good, smell good. That means the two names symbolize that the Esav really wanted, to be Baal Tshuva. You know who destroyed him? His wife. The two wives. אמר רבי אלעזר, אילו הוציא את הראשונות, if he would divorce the first wives, יפה היה על נשיו, כאב על כאב. עכשיו, now, he brought another wife, so he said, pain on the back, on the other pain. Pain and pain and pain. But he said, so it doesn't make any sense. But really his intention was good, but Esau was not smart enough to understand that his wives is evil. They don't let him be Baal Tshuva. They stop him. This is a very big surprise for me when I read this first time, this midrash. I never saw that Esau wanted to make tshuva, but he really wanted. But look at the power of women.
Rabbi, 1 second, excuse me. That's why they say that Yaakov, when he didn't allow Dinah to get married to Esau, he made a mistake.
No, to continue. Why and Yaakov got punishment on this or prize?
He hated Dinah when they met, and he hated Dinah, so he won't see it, so he won't want to marry Dinah.
Yeah, he did not want, but our sages were upset with Yaakov or not upset?
Yes.
Why?
Because she could convert him to be
Bidyuk. The Hazal, our sages said, why maybe Dinah could make him Baal Tshuva. But Yaakov knows very well Esav. He knows so well that this man, everybody tried to make him Baal Tshuva. He didn't want to take the risk upon his daughter, probably. He said. But that's you brought the situation perfect to our situation now to show. But what I'm trying to tell you, When I told you, you see a view, beautiful view, you say, wow. When Adam saw Gan Eden, did he say, wow?
Of course.
No, nothing.
It was normal.
Nothing.
It was normal for him.
Normal.
Like he took it for granted.
Yeah.
He saw waterfalls, he saw trees, he's so beautiful. No wow. You know when he say wow? When Hashem created Chava. When Chava was in front of him, he said, Zot apam etzem me'atzamai v'asa. He poem. He became a poet. He was so happy. So who really opened his eyes to see Gan Eden?
Hava.
Chava. But who kicked him out from Gan Eden?
Hava.
Chava. That's the mother, the master mother. Why Hashem show Chava as a power, positive and negative? He said every woman is from Chava. You know, you take the good side of Chava and you can take the bad side of Chava. But you know, he said, but that's the nature. That's nature human being. You know, many people are lucky to have a good wife. Many people not lucky. Everybody is his own luck. His own them. But now he said, now look, I'm going to give you a pasuk from Mishle. What is Vayetze Yaakov mi Be'er Sheva? Now we said it's location, right? Be'er Sheva to Haran. Now I'm trying to show you something else. There are two evil men didn't like Yaakov. They were so jealous at Yaakov. You know what are these two men?
Lavan Yesaf.
Lavan, there's a.
Lavan is not in the picture yet.
Okay.
Ah,
Esav Ishmael.
Esav Ishmael. Listen to this. Now Esav is married to his daughter. They are together. נכון? משפחה. So there is בפשע שפתיים מוקש רע. By the way, do you know what is מוקש? מוקש, you ever been on the trip in Israel in the north, in Golan Heights? There are many signs over there, triangle, say זהירות מוקשים. Be careful.
Mine.
Very good, mine.
Mine.
Mine is mokesh, is a bump under the ground. Okay? When you have a bomb explosion under the ground and you step on it, it's killing you right away. So many fields in the north, with the fence says zihirut mokshim, don't step over there. So, but there is mokesh is also when people tricking you. They make you an ambush. They make you something like a trap, to put you on a trap and you falling apart because they prepare to drop you down to the pit. It's also called mokesh. Mokesh is, symbolize something like ambush, something that you not expect, but it's like explosion on your face. So there is a pasuk in Mishle, בפשע שפתיים, crime of lips, מוקש רע, evil mind, Vayetze mitzarat tzaddik. There are some people made a mokesh ra, Vayetze mitzarat tzaddik, and there is one tzaddik went out of this mokesh ra. What is the meaning of the pasuk? But they kept listening to the and said, line 29. Bepesha sfatayim mokesh ra, the lips of the evil mind, the mered shemardu Esav Ishmael bakadosh baruch hu, is Esav Ishmael. והכעיסו אותו, and they were worshipping idols. They made Hashem very angry. וכן השב, and their wives as well. שהכעיסו אותו בת להם תקלה. But they, by this, they wanted also Yaakov to get married to them. He said, at least Yaakov will be evil too. That's a trap. It's a mokesh. Now, when you have two strong men, like Ishmael and Esav, this is the two powerful men in the world. Ishmael, and they wanted to take Yaakov to their sides, to be also to worship idols. You think it's easy or hard?
Easy if they're strong.
They are strong, but it's easy to be out of the trap, or it's hard to be out of the trap. That's extremely hard, because they planned it very, very careful. So Vayetze mitzarat tzaddik. From this trouble, the tzaddik went out. Who is the tzaddik? Yaakov. Vayetze Yaakov mi Be'er Sheva. He went out not only from Be'er Sheva, from the mokesh, from the trap that they planned for him. That situation is not a location. The situation they wanted really to trap Yaakov, Esav and Ishmael, they gathered together, Reshaim, to put Yosef in the Malkodet, in the trap. This is the Pasuk Rishon. The first Pasuk, now another one said, Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheba. Yaakov went out in full peace, complete, no damage. They could not really control him. You know who else tried to put him in the trap? Lavan. All his life, people trying to make Yaakov bad. And Yaakov so strong to be against Esav and Ishmael, and he will be so strong to be with Lavan also, and not to goof even 1 inch from the Torah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bnei Israel, that's Am Israel.
And now we have problem with Esav and Ishmael together.
Yeah. Now, you know who is the best commentary on the Torah?
Rashi.
Rashi. Rashi is, many commentary are good, very good, but without Rashi you cannot understand really the simple text. I would like to show you one Rashi. I didn't copy it, but I'll tell you. That's probably the most beautiful Rashi in the entire Torah. Listen. וישלח יצחק את יעקב, יצחק sent Yaakov, וילך פדן ארם, and he went to Padan Aram, נכון? אל לבן, to Lavan, the son of Betuel, הארמי, אחי רבקה, like we don't know, the brother of Rivka. What the last 3 words?
In Yaakov Esav.
What is them Yaakov Esav?
With Yaakov and Esav.
No, not im, Ima.
The mother.
The mother of whom?
Yaakov Esav.
You don't know she's the mother of Yaakov and Esav. You know what Rashi says? I don't know what the meaning. He said, I don't know what is the meaning. Em Yaakov Esav. But I'll tell you, if Rashi said, I don't know, who am I to know? Rashi said, it's very unusual that Rashi says, I don't know. He was so humble, so modest, that if he doesn't know, he said, I don't know. I don't know what the meaning. But there is a reason. I don't know if you have time. Let's go now to the Zohar, because I would like to do the $1 million question. Zohar. You see the Zohar? You ready? Until now, it was introduction to this Zohar. Remember, Martha, the $1 million question? What was the $1 million question?
Why Esav married to the daughter of Ishmael?
And why he got remarried? To find favor in the eyes of Yitzhak.
Yes.
So the question is even stronger. You're right. Why he got married to the daughter of Ishmael and his father to find favor in the eyes of his father, and his father doesn't like Ishmael as well. Okay? So listen to the story. Zohar. Zohar is the Zohar HaKadosh Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Chiya havo az leborcha. Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Chiya, they were walking in the street, on the way, on the road. But Rabbi Chiya usually said Dvar Torah. But this time Rabbi Chiya was quiet. Amar Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Chiya, Ama ya chatik, why you are quiet? Ha'arocha lo edakan ele b'mile deoraita. When you walk in the street, on the road, you have to say Dvar Torah. You cannot spend your time like this. Itnagid Rabbi Chiya uvacha. You know what is itnagid? You know the word sigh? S-I-G-H?
Suspiró.
Yeah. Sighed. Itnagid Rabbi Chiya, and he cried. Patach v'amar. You want to hear Dvar Torah? I will tell you that means it's a very sad one. V'tihi Sarah akra en lavalad. Sarah did not have any child. Why alda v'alahu zimna? Oy v'avoy lanu, the Jewish people, that she was childless. Why? The Olidat Hagar, since she went Hagar to Abraham, and what Hagar brought to the wall? Ishmael. What do you think about this Dvar Torah? You like it? אז הוא אומר לו, why you're so upset? אמר לרבי יוסי, עמי והולידת לבתר, ואהבה לבראת גזע קדישה. But later on, he got Yitzhak. The only one. Why you're so upset? I didn't
understand.
Okay, Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Chiya walking in the street, נכון? He said, say Dvar Torah. He said, I have Dvar Torah, but it's very sad story. The sad story that not that Sarah was childless, that because Sarah was childless, she brought Hagar to Abraham. And Abraham and Hagar brought another man to the world. You know who is Ishmael? That's the Hamas. That's the people that are right now in Gaza. That's not a good story. That's why he was crying. Because he saw the future. He saw what this man will do to us. Now you understand?
Yes, now I understand.
Why allow Zimna? Omen oy vavoy lanu for this time that against Sarait Akavat, that she brought Hagar to Abraham and he brought Ishmael. Not only this, I tell you what. Va'avel Abraham va'amar amar lo. When Hashem said to Abraham, you're going to have Yitzhak. What you should do if you would be Abraham? Said, Abraham, I'm going to give you a Jewish child, Yitzhak. You know what I would do if I be Abraham? I will take whiskey and make lehaim and then Sora. You know what Abraham says? Lo Ishmael yihya lefanecha. He's getting good news on Yitzhak and he pray for Ishmael. Lo Ishmael yihya lefanecha. Please guard Ishmael. But you know what Rashi says? Birat shamayim. Please make that my son Ishmael will have Yirat shamayim. And all what they do today, because, you know, they said to the Hamas, they did, you know, in Kibbutz Be'eri, what they did, all these things, many Arabs, one of them member of the Knesset, Arabs, you know, when he said, you know, when they said to them, that's against the Quran. That's against the Quran. The Quran said you cannot rape women, you cannot treat the children. They said, you know, I said, how come they did? They have some holy men, their own holy men. He said, no, it's a mitzvah. Because this baby is going to be Israeli soldier. So you do a mitzvah when you kill baby. Jewish baby. That's what he said. That's why he said, Yirat Shamayim. Levatar, and now worse than this. What happened, Ishmael? Levatar it Gazar, Bekaima Kadisha, Adlo Ipatzlaha Alma. You know who was the first boy that got Brit Milah? Ishmael. Not only was born, he got Brit Milah before Yitzhak. And now he said, you know, I'm continue. He said, Amarle va Ishmael it Gaza, velo od it Gaza, but lesser shnin. Amarle klehul kakim Omer. They came to Hashem. He said, it's not fair. Ishmael is the son of Abraham, and Yitzhak is the son of Abraham. Both of them got Brit Milah. But how old was Yitzhak when he got Brit Milah? Ishmael.
No, Ishmael 13.
13, bar mitzvah. How old was Yitzhak?
8 days.
7 days. Or 8 days.
8 days. So of course Ishmael is even more hero. You know, baby doesn't know what's going on, but he deserves. Why you don't give any part to Yitzhak, to Ishmael, like Yitzhak? You know what we are lucky? By the way, are the Arabs doing Brit Milah?
Yes.
Yes, until today. But you know, and that's a big merit to the Arabs. But you know what we are lucky? They don't know the halakha. They don't know how to make. They don't know how to make Brit Milah, according to the halakha. Did you ever see the mohel make Brit Milah? Did you see sometimes his mouth to the Brit? His sack? What is that called? Metzitza. You know when he take the skin out of the Brit, the skin, it's called pri'ah. They don't know this. Baruch Hashem, they don't know this. You know, we have pri'ah, we have metzitza, and they don't know it. But the fact that they did, you know, they did Brit Milah, they have merit, they have zchut. Okay? ולא עוד, why allow Zimna להתיילד? When he said, you know, he said, כמה דגזר, ויהב להם חולה כלוסן, I'm line 15. Why allow Zimna להתיילד Ishmael בעלמא והתגזר? אוי ואבוי לנו, the Jews, that Ishmael was born and got Brit Milah. מה עבד קודש הבריחו? Said, מה עשה הקדוש ברוך הוא? When he gave, he put him on the top, on the Shamayim, Ishmael. So now, Archik Livna, listen to this, don't show it to the Muslim, to the enemy. Archik Livnei Ishmael midvekuta dil'ela. He distanced, he moved far away Ishmael from the top, from the Shamayim. Vayahav lo hulka letata, and he put him down. From the heaven, he put him down. Where down? You ready for the next two words? Be'ara Kadisha. You know what is Ara Kadisha? Eretz HaKodesh. You know what is Eretz HaKodesh? Holy Land. You know what is Holy Land? Eretz Israel. So we put Ishmael in Eretz Israel. So Ishmael is not the Turkish, is not the British, is not American. He has a claim. Hashem gave him. But wait, we will have a happy end. Begin how Gziro Deven with meaning Bnei Ishmael, and in the future Ishmael will control Eretz Israel. Kad'i rekania mikola. As long as the Ishmael, as Eretz Israel is empty, mikola. What is mikola? Mehakol. Do you remember Bakol, Mikol, Kol?
Yes.
Who is Bakol?
Abraham.
Who is Mikol?
Isaac.
Who is Kol?
Jacob.
Do you remember what is Bakol, Mikol, Kol? Who has everything? Only Hashem. But if you cling to Hashem, you have everything. So now, what Bilam wanted to do to us? To destroy us. What he's trying to do us? To distance us from God. He gave us Baal Peor, he gave us all the Goyot. Not to go to Bet Knesset. That was the trick. So the Bnei Ishmael control Eretz Israel as long as we're not, sticking, clinging to Hashem. Empty. I have to tell you something, in 1967. In 1967, I don't know how old are you, I don't ask you your age, but whoever is in my age and you remember 1967, it's a date that nobody can forget if you were there. Do you know what was the peak of the happiness in 6-Day War?
When they go to the Kotel HaMaravi.
Nachon, very good. When they got the Kotel, everybody went to the street to dance in the street. It was Simcha Gdola, Gdola, Gdola. But you know which part in the IDF liberated the Kotel?
Both. The Tzahal and the others.
No, in Tzahal. Which unit in Tzahal? You know who? The paratroopers. The paratroopers, the Tzanhanim, the paratroopers got. The head of the paratroopers, his name was Motagur. Motagur was later on chief of staff. Motagur, he said 3 words, and everybody knows these 3 words. Open the Google, you will see. What?
Belladeja, something Belladeja, called the Belladeja, I don't know the words.
You don't know. 3 words. You know how to say Mount Temple? Harabait. Harabait. How to say in our hands? Beyadenu. 3 words. It became strong. There are books. It's called Harabait Beyadenu. You know what is Biyadenu means? Now translate the word Biyadenu.
In our hands.
Now listen to the meaning. Now go deep. Motagur is a secular man. He was very touchy, emotional. Everybody was emotional about the Kotel. But he really doesn't understand really what is a Kotel. He knows, he's a Jew. He knows the Yerushalayim, his holy city. But not more than this. Biyadenu is not in, when we said Biyadi in Hebrew, Biyadenu is up to me. Harabait, I'm as a soldier, I free Harabait, Mount Temple. If it's belong to us or to the Arabs, is up to us, Biyadenu. It depends on us. It's up to us. If we will have Bakol Mikol Kol, cling to Hashem, Harabait Shelanu. But if we do not cling to Hashem, Harabait is not ours. By the way, you know who has the control on Harabait? Unfortunately, not in our hands. They have the control. Even the sovereignty is the Israeli government. But they control Harabait. Be'ezrat Hashem will finish with Hamas. The Mashiach will come. We don't have to kick them out. They will go down happily. And they know that all what they have, all the mosque, all the kippah they have, the golden, what they have over there, it's a fake. Everything will be clean. And they know it's belong to us. And he said, with meaning Bnei Ishmael, in the future, the Ishmael, Lit'ara karvin tekifinu litkansha Bnei Edom alayu. You know what happened in the future? Bnei Ishmael will have a fight with Bnei Edom. You know who is Bnei Edom? is America and Europe. I mean, Islam's versus Christianity. That's written in the Zohar. ויתערבון קרבה בו אחד על ימה ואחד על יבשתה ואחד סמוך לירושלים. It's going to be, the war is going to be on the sea, on the land, and in Yerushalayim. וישלטון אילן באילן, and they're going to control one another. But you have to know the happy end. וערה קדישה לא יתמסר לבני אדום. Even America will not have any control on Eretz Israel. You know who will have control on Eretz Israel? Yaakov. Do you remember when he said Ben Ishmael was born? He said, Hu ye pere Adam. Remember the pere Adam? Wild. Yado, who knows the continuation? Bakol. Yado Bakol. You know, he tried to hold Abraham. Abraham is his father. Yado Bakol. But I have good news for you. He would try to hold Harabait. He will try to hold Eretz Israel. You know what the second part of the pasuk? Who is called?
Abraham.
No, call.
Yaakov.
Yaakov. V'yad kol bo.
Bo.
But you know, it's amazing. Yado bakol, v'yad kol bo. Because he said Yado bakol, v'yad kol bo. He said because he doesn't know. He said Yad kol bo, when the mohel is doing Brit Milah, what is he using? What is he using? His hands. Yado bakol. He's using his hand. And they don't know to use the hand when they do Brit Milah. So the zchut is very limited to them. And it's over. They got enough time to be in Eretz Israel. But you know, if we cling to Hashem, the land belongs to us. Now, are you looking for shidduch for your grandson, your granddaughter, your turn? If you're looking for, which shidduch is the best?
We need.
Who?
Yes, we need.
You need. So now we have two shidduchim. I tell you, this parasha is shidduchim. We have shidduch Yitzhak and we have shidduch Yaakov. Which shidduch you want, Yitzhak or Yaakov?
Yaakov.
Why? Because he's the celeb today.
Because he has the 12 children that don't fight between them.
Ah, okay, I tell you the different. Do you know some people do not work very hard and they find beautiful women? Lucky guys. And some people working very hard and they cannot find. Tell me now, who got his wife very easily? Yitzhak or Yaakov? Yitzhak. Yitzhak went to the field, pray mincha, say Oseh Shalom, he looked back and he sees a beautiful girl falling from the camel. That's his wife. So who came to whom? The shidduch to Yitzhak or Yitzhak to the shidduch?
No, but he worked for Salah for 14 years after.
No, that's Yaakov.
It's easy and
Yaakov.
That's Yaakov. Yitzhak went to the field and the shidduch came to him. Yaakov went 14 years working. So Yaakov went to the shidduch. Yitzhak, the shidduch came to him. And you know what? It's like us in Hashem. It's also shidduch, nachon? Hashem is the hatan, and we are the kala. And we say to Hashem, we want shidduch like Yitzhak. Please, that means you should come to us. He said, no. I want like Yaakov. You should come to me. They said to Hashem, said, Hashivenu Hashem elecha v'nashuva. Hashivenu Hashem elecha. You come to us first, and then we come to you. Hashem said, no. Shuvu elai. Return to me. V'ashuva alechem. And then I will come back to you. So that is how. But you know what the answer is? Is the combination of the two. Everybody has to be diligent. From Yitzhak we learn to pray. To pray with all your heart for good shidduch. From Yaakov we learn not only pray, be action man. Go and find. Work very hard. Work 14 years, 7 years. But you have to find your shidduch. And that's the shidduch of Yitzhak. Now, I tell you what happened to the people who are not lucky. They got up in the morning, they ask the hatan, Zacha or Zoche? You know the difference between Zacha and Zoche? מצה או מוצא? There is a פסוק, מצה, פאו.
מצה אישה, מצה טוב.
מצה אישה, מצה טוב. ומה זה מוצא?
מוצא אני יותר ממוות.
Yes, yes. מוצא אני את האישה מר ממוות. So they ask, they know their friend, מצה או מוצא? Are you lucky if it's מצה? It's a good sign. מצה אישה מצה טוב. But if she's a gehinom, he said, מוצא. She is better than death. But now listen to the story. There is one lady, she was a queen. And she asked Rabbi Yossi, she asked him, I'm giving you because the time is going, said she asked Rabbi Yossi, what your God, how long took him to create the world? You know what Rabbi Yossi told her? 6 days. And she said to him, okay, what he's doing since then? That means the queen, the Matrona, she believed that Hashem created the world, but she doesn't believe that he supervises us every day. And she said, he said, you know what he's doing? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's doing Shiduchim. He's doing this boy will be for this girl for this boy. And also we make rich poor and poor rich. He's moving the money. He said, what? That's what your God, I can do it very easily. He said, yes. And I said, the Rabbi Yossi said, it's harder to find match good shidduch than to split the Red Sea. Remember this. It is harder to find good shidduch than to split the Red Sea. He said, what? She had thousands of slaves and maids. And she took all the maids and the slaves and she said, you are with her, you are with her, you are with her. And you take this room, she gave him room and that's it. You know what happened in the morning? All the men came to her, to the lady, one without eye, one without ear, one without nose, one with bruise. He said, what are you doing to us? What are you giving to us? And then she found and said, wow, even one couple, one pair, I couldn't find that they are really happy. She said, call Rabbi Yossi, call Rabbi Yossi. So call Rabbi Yossi. You know what she said to Rabbi Yossi? Look at line 7. She said to him, let Eloah kelochem, there is no God like your God. Emet hi toratchen, your Torah is true. Na'a umshubachat, pleasant and praised. Yafe amarta, you answer to her. Now what Rabbi Yossi should do? If I would be Rabbi Yossi, I take it as a compliment and get out. No, he didn't finish. He said to her, maybe you think to make a shidduch is harder than to split the Red Sea. Why Rabbi Yossi insists to put in her mind that shidduch is harder than to split the Red Sea? It's interesting. So he gave her a pasuk. Elohim moshiv yehidim baita, motzi asirim bakosharot. Hashem take the singles men and the single and get fine, and then after they get married, he said the word kosharot. You see the word kosharot? You see here? The last? What is kosharot?
Kosher.
Like the word kosher. The Gemara asks, what is kosher? What is?
Connection.
What?
It's connection.
Connection between what and what?
The culture.
Listen, it's beautiful explanation. The Gemara asks, Ma'u bakosharot, what is kosharot mean? If you say cry in Hebrew, cry, how do you say cry in Hebrew?
Bohe.
Boche. How do you say to sing?
Kosher.
Shir.
Lashir. Yes, lashir. Now, when you get married to your wife, or wife getting to marry to husband, are they singing or crying?
Singing.
Singing.
It depends.
It depends.
It depends. If he's happy, he's singing. If he's not happy, he's crying. He said, Motzi asirim, look what he said, Mai bakosharot, bechi veshirot. Crying. Man de ba omer shira, or man de lo ba. Whoever wants his wife and he lucky, he sings, and whoever is not happy is crying. So you see that some kind, it's, shidduch is so hard to find shidduch, to make that the husband and the wife will be happy forever. זה רבי יוסי בר חלפתא אומר, הקדוש ברוך הוא יושב עושה סולמות. Why the ladder? This dream is the ladder. משפיל לזה ומרים לזה ומוריד לזה ומעלה לזה. One up, one down, one up, one down. אלוהים נשת, ויצא יצחק, הוא אומר, יש שהוא הולך אצל זיווגו, there are some people they going to find their זיווג, and there are some people, the זיווג, the שידוך come to them like יצחק. ויצא יצחק לסוח בשדה. What is ויצא יצחק לסוח בשדה? He went to pray for שידוך. You see the first word? ויצא. Is the word ויצא remind you something?
And he went out.
The name of the parasha. And he said, ויצא יעקב, ויצא יעקב. And what Yaakov did? Also went for שידוך. So not only found, so Yaakov went out. Remember we learned from the trap. He went out, he slept from the trap of Ishmael and Esav, because they wanted him to marry to Ishmael or Esav. And he went find שידוך in Padan Aram. אז הוא יצא. So you see the word Vayetze, is from your single life, bachelor life, to married life. So all this parasha is about marriage, Shiduchim. So who cares about Esav between you and me? Why the Torah is telling us about Esav? You know why? Because.
Difference between Yaakov and Esav.
But why the Torah is telling us about Esav? You know what the Torah wants us to know? There are many wives like the wife of Esav. And there are many wives like Rachel and Leah. So when you find Shiduch, you have to work very hard to find the right Shiduch. You have to find the right Shiduch. So I have to skip all this and, go to the end because really, so the $1 million question. Anybody has any answer now after we learn what we learn? By the way, why the Red Sea is compared to the Shiduch? Do you remember, I'm sure you remember, how the men and women were in the Bria, in the creation?
We're together.
Together! One piece!
Together, yes.
So you remember how he cut to this surgery to cut them to two pieces? He called it Nesira. Nesira, so. Hashem made a surgery and cut off two. So by creation, the men and women were one piece. Now by creation, the sea is one piece or two pieces?
One piece.
One piece. Now when Hashem split the Red Sea, what happened after he split the Red Sea? When he touched the water came easily back. Nachon, they came easily. He said, the Red Sea is easier because by nature the water getting together immediately. But to find the right woman, the woman that she was belonged to you, really belonged to you, it's much harder than splitting the Red Sea. That's why he said, that's why you compare splitting the Red Sea to the Shiduch. Now the $1 million question. Listen, the $1 million question. I gave you the Zohar. You know what? I told you who has some sort of part of Eretz Israel for a while.
Ishmael.
Now, why? Okay, good. Step one, Ishmael. Now, I'm asking you the next, I'm leading you to the answer. Why Esav, he was jealous in Yaakov? What Yitzhak did to Yaakov when he changed and he wanted to marry to the daughter of Ishmael? What he saw, what Yitzhak did to Yaakov?
He took him the Eretz Israel, so he will went out.
So what he gave him?
He will be part of Eretz Israel.
No, say, you're right. So what he gave him? Bracha. As a bracha, Eretz Israel. Now Esav, what Esav wants? Eretz Israel. Now you tell me why he get married to Ishmael?
Because Ishmael has a part.
Ishmael has some sort of connection to Eretz Israel. He wanted to go around, around the bush. And he wanted to go to get married to Ishmael, that he will have a claim on Eretz Israel. He said, look, my wife is from Ishmael, and Ishmael got part in Eretz Israel. And that's why I want also to be in Eretz Israel. That's the reason he took the daughter of Ishmael. By the way, how many times Esav mentioned... What?
But Hashem told him only for a while, not always.
Nachon. But Esav is sticky. So, how many times Esav mentioned in this parasha? Guess.
10.
Not
10. Martha said 10.
Three times,
3 times. You counted or you guess?
I guess.
You know how many times?
Not a bit, huh?
Rosie ganó.
0. 0. That's the only parasha Esav. Rashi doesn't leave Esav. He always push him into the pictures. But the text, you don't see the word Esav in the parasha. Not even one time. Take a break from Esav. We ended up that he got married, נכון? Then Parashat Toldot, and that's a goodbye Charlie, goodbye Esav. But Rashi doesn't leave. Why Rashi always put Esav? Renee said about Dinah. Why Dinah with Esav? Everything is Esav, 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 Esav. But the Torah itself doesn't mention Esav. Why you don't take pause and take time out from Esav for 1 week? For one Shabbat, don't mention Esav. You know why Esav? Why Rashi mention always Esav? Because Esav doesn't want to leave us. Esav always wants to be part of Eretz Israel. Esav always wants to be like Ibith Yaakov. One day it will happen. One day when Hashem will complete and the chair will be complete, he said, what will happen? And I conclude this, but this shiur is the beginning of the parasha. Do you remember when he leaned, he took a pillow. You know what pillow he did? Remember?
The rock.
The stone.
The
12
stone.
stones.
You know what the stone symbolized?
The 12 tribes together.
Together, נכון? We learned this. Together, remember the abbreviation of heaven?
Am Israel.
נכון, what the abbreviation of heaven? רק? Abba, Ben, Nechet. 3 generations, נכון? But I'll tell you something else. Now listen, this is Chidush, I don't think we ever learned this. Do you remember what mitzvah we have to do in Leila Seder? When you drink wine. When you drink wine or you eat matzah, what you have to do? You said, you what? Say it again.
I didn't hear.
I said, what mitzvah? When you drink wine on Leila Seder or you eat matzah, what you have to do?
Never
I
had.
have to move on the next.
Oh,
Recline.
recline. How do you say recline in Hebrew? מסובין. מסובין, הסבה. נכון? שבכל הלילות אין לנו מסובין, הלילה הזה כולנו, נכון? You lean on the left side like a king, and that means, why? Why I have to be מסובין like a king? But he said, it's mid'oraita or midrabanan? It's mid'oraita. How do we know? When Hashem took us from Egypt, he put us near the Red Sea, נכון? And then he said, make the way longer. Derech Eretz Plishtim. Why? I don't want them to go back to Egypt. He said, you know, how do you say round in Hebrew?
Saviv.
סביב, יפה, מסביב. ויסב אלוהים את עם ישראל דרך ארץ פלישתים. He make them go around. סיבוב, ויסב. And I say recline. הסבה. מסובין. The שורש is the same שורש. Now I'm asking you, it's beautiful שורש. מסובין is הסבה, but מסובין is to recline. And to make them around is sibuv, to make them around. What a connection between to go around and recline. How this symbolize freedom? You know when a man is free?
When he cling to Hashem.
Ma, said Martha?
When he cling to Hashem.
Very good. How you see it on this one? You know, when you are in the Red Sea, did you know how to swim?
No.
No, nobody knows to swim. Now, when you look back, who is in the back? Egypt. Who is in the desert? Wild animals. Can they run away? No. The only thing, who jumped to the water? The only thing, you know, the moment they see that they have no place to run away, who do they trust?
Hashem.
אין לנו על מי להישען, to recline. אלא על אבינו שבשמיים. The moment you recline on Hashem, you're a free man. So the word sibuv is connected to recline because the reclining is because you counted on Hashem. When you know that everything is Hashem, you're a free man. And that's true. And you know what was the reclining in the dream? Is the rock. You know what Eliphaz left to Yaakov? He has one thing to go with him. You know what was in his hand? The stick.
The stick, yes.
The stick, the maken, the mata. So this maken and this rock symbolize a lot of things. You know what? To recline on Hashem. Moshe was with the stick. He said to recline. The rock is compared, to this. He said to recline on Hashem. And that's what Yaakov is trying to teach us. So we learn today about Zivugim. So Be'ezrat Hashem, that we're going up and down. We have two angels. The angels who went up is not the angels going down. Do you know why? Because the angel of Panama is not the angel in Eretz Israel. There are angels of the Galut and there are angels of Eretz Israel. So the angel escort him to go is different than the angels of Eretz Israel. When Yaakov will go next week back, you know what it says? What he named the place? Mahanaim. You know what is Mahaneh?
Reunion.
Camp. Two camps. You know what he saw? Angels. Which angels? Malachim shel Eretz Israel. When he came back, the angels were waiting for him to come to Eretz Israel. And they came to Eretz Israel. Be'ezrat Hashem, my dear friend, I said the angels now, Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, all this. You know what is Gabriel? You know what the abbreviation? Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Ariel. You know what the abbreviation? What the first letter of Gabriel?
Gimel.
And Michael.
Mem.
And Raphael.
Reish.
And Ariel.
Aleph.
What is Gimer Mem Resh Aleph?
Gamar.
Gemara.
Gemara.
Gemara. When you learn Gemara, Talmud, when you learn Gemara, you have the four angels. That the man we're doing now, I gave you the Gemara, I gave you the Zohar, I gave you this. Be'ezrat Hashem, this angel. You remember Perek Tzadik Aleph. Perek Tzadik Aleph in Tehillim. He said, Hashem, you have to pray. Remember that, to have a big, big victory and to release, to have refuah shlema. And I say every day before Shomea Tfilah, I pray to Hashem. Before Shomea Tfilah, you can have a special request. I say to Hashem, please, please, not only to give the power to IDF to defeat, you know what I ask else? That everybody in the world will see you and Od Milvado. We not say IDF. IDF is a messenger. Remember, we're all messenger. But show everybody that you did everything. You're behind the scene. That nobody will question God. That's what I pray. And that's what we do. Be'ezrat Hashem, very, very soon. Very soon, our shiur will not be in the Zoom, will be in Eretz Israel.
Amen. 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 Rabbi,